Yo, what's good YouTube? What's good here, back with another video. So in today's video, we're going to be going over all the updates and the news for 2K24. Basically, everything that Mike Wang and Ronnie2K has confirmed, we're going to cover that. This video is just going to cover everything you need to know. I'm going to go into depth with most things as well, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so let's start with the rep system. So there are going to be no more levels. Only on next gen though. So there's going to be rookie to legend. And as you can see, there are 4 different tiers. There was rookie, starter, and then the others. And then the final one, which is legend, is called top 10. So that's exciting because everybody did not like levels, or at least the majority of the community did not enjoy grinding seasons and levels. Well, there is still going to be seasons in the game, but it's going to be a rep system. Mike Wang has not dropped any other information about that, so that's all we know, but he will likely to drop more information about it when the city releases. Next, I'm going to cover quick drops, limitless takeoff, and also gameplay. So if you don't know what quick drops are, it's basically a dunk package where you take off from the free throw line and you just dunk everything from it. It's a very annoying and very cheesy move. So they have removed that dunk package from the game, which is a blessing. Limitless takeoff, the badge which allows you to take off from very far away when you are dunking the ball, has also been removed as it's a very cheesy badge, very annoying. And it takes no skill to use. Basically, if you equipped it on Hall of Fame, you take off from the free throw line every time, and you dunk over everybody, no matter what your attributes are, as long as you can equip the badge. They've also added in-game emotes, so while you're dribbling the ball, or while you're in a triple threat position, you are able to emote without losing possession or losing the ball. So before, we could only emote when we did not have the ball on the court. But now if the ball is in your hands, you can emote. So let's say you get an ankle breaker, you can emote on the guy while you have the ball, and then you can go and finish the clip. So I think that's a very cool addition that they added because it makes the game more fun. It allows you to have funnier and more enjoyable clips. And it's overall a blessing. Steal and block attempts will consume adrenaline bars on defense. First bar gone equals 20% block/steal rating nerf. 2 bars gone equal 40% nerf. 3rd bar gone equals 75% nerf. So after your defender has used a 3rd bar of adrenaline on defense from either reaching or blocking, then they have a 75% less chance of stealing the ball. This is very similar to 23. As on 23, we had 3 adrenaline bars, and if you use, then you would have a lesser chance of stealing the ball. For all you big men out there, you can also meter dunk standing dunks in 2K24. But as you can see here, it's really hard to pull off at the moment, and it's a work in progress. So by the time the game is released, I'm sure it'll be easier. And I thought this was a very cool addition because as of right now, you could only use meter dunks when you are running towards the basket and not standing. So standing dunk animations are going to be insane this year, and it's going to be awesome. There will still be some seasonal releases, but the vast majority of gameplay animations will be available on day 1. 2K24 also features the largest YY SIG animation upgrade we've done in recent memory, thanks to Pro Play. So they're saying that majority of the dribbling animations and all the animations in general will be released on day 1. But I guess they still have others that they may be working on and will release throughout the seasons. Which, I mean, I think that's cool still. I like how we get majority of them on day 1. And also the Pro Play, there's going to be up to 150 animations, I think Mike Wang said. Which that's enormous, because I'm pretty sure 23 had 123. So that's a pretty good upgrade. I like that. Yes, the green window is pure and will be a guaranteed make if you hit it. Heavily contested shots may still look like full white misses, but that's just an artifact of the art. There will always be a possible sub-pixel size green window on every shot attempt. So he's saying that the green window is pure, which means you cannot shoot any full whites. And if you don't know what full whites are, they're basically when the bar is full but the shot is not green. And it's supposed to be a green, but the game doesn't give you it. And he's saying that they may look like full white still, but it's just an artifact of the art, so he can't really change that, of how it looks. But he can change the fact that there will not be full whites, which is very cool and an upgrade because that's how it was supposed to be in 2K23. But as some of you may know, you still got full bars, and they're very annoying. He also mentions that there will always be a window open, so you can green anything up to 100% contest. The rating boost you get with takeover selection just stacks on top of what you already have. If you have dog rebounding rating, for example, selecting the defense/rebounding takeover will make you a little less of a bum on the boards, but you'll still kind of be a bum. So basically, if you have low rebounding, let's say you have a 50 rebound, and you can still get glass cleaning takeover, you pick glass cleaning takeover. When it's activated, you get plus 10 rebounds, so you have 60 rebound, and 60 rebounds still isn't good. So he's saying no matter what takeover you choose, it all depends on your attributes. For those asking what rating you need to be consistent, depends on your skill and shot IQ. Some will be deadly with a 75 3-point shot, while others will go 1 for 10. Try out the build tester or 2KU with different NBA players on Hall of Fame to get an idea for what you need for your build. So he's saying you can shoot perfectly fine with a 75 3-point in 2K24, but if you're not very good at shooting and you don't know your jump shot, then you can still go 1 for 10 with it. But this applies for every game, really. You can have a 99 3, and if whites aren't going in, and you can't time your jump shot, then you're never going to make a shot. But the fact that you only need a 75 3 ball to be consistent is kind of crazy because you can apply your attribute upgrades to other things, which will allow you to get more badges in total. And you can also have like crazy builds, hopefully. Ball saves got an upgrade and blocks got an upgrade. So if you don't know, in 2K22, I had a play shot with, I want to say a 25 block. And I can still get chased down because it didn't matter what your attributes were for badges. And I would chase down everybody with my 25 block. It was kind of nuts. So they did get a buff, but it is not close to 22, which is good. It's to your benefit to create a jumper with the highest grades you can, but you can still be successful with lower grade shots. Defensive immunity is one I'd particularly recommend paying attention to. It can have a stronger effect than most think. So defensive immunity will lower the shot contest from the defender guarding you. So if it's at an A+, then you have the highest defensive immunity, which allows you to get open more easily, and players have a harder time contesting your shot. So when you make a jump shot in 2K24, you want to have A+ as much as possible for the 4 categories you can. Your opponents and teammates won't see your shot meter online in NBA 2K24, so you won't be able to see if they're shooting late, early, slightly early green. But my advice is to turn off the meter as soon as you learn your timing. Shot meter off increases your green window by 20%. That's crazy because 2K23, it was an increase by 5%, so it was still worth it, but it wasn't as worth as 20%. So I'm sure in 2K24, everybody's going to have their shot meter off once they get their shot down. It's going to be amazing. For both the layup and dunk meters, if you have a pretty open lane, the green window is much bigger in 2K24, but it shrinks fast the heavier the traffic. And again, on Hall of Fame and competitive online, you have to green dunks to make them. That's great. You have to green dunks to make them. Because I know on 2K23 with the dunk meter, people would just spam slightly late or even late and they'd still go in. And even if they didn't go in right away, then they'd end up falling back into the net anyways afterwards, and there would be no rebound. The fact that green window is bigger when the lane is open is common sense because you're more wide open, obviously, when there's nobody guarding you. And I love that because he's saying if people are closing in on you, then it shrinks. Fade's got a buff in the mid-range and big nerf at the 3. So as you know, in 2K23, if you were a comp guard, fades were very common from the 3 because there's no quick stop, and your jump shot would take forever to get off. It wasn't like 22 or 20 where there's quick stops, or 21 where there's a quick stop, or any other 2K. But the fact that fade's got a buff in the mid-range and a big nerf at the 3 kind of makes me mad because there's really no point in shooting a fade in the mid-range when you can just rim run. Or you can shoot a regular shot, for example. By nerfing fade to the 3, this could be foreshadowing that quick stops are back in 2K, because without the ability to fade, you're not going to be able to get a shot off without it being smothered pretty much if you can't quick stop. So all shot types like spin, step backs, They got a buff in the mid-range. Euros, floaters, reverse, hop, spins, quick soups. They also got a buff. I hope hop steps aren't like 2K20, where you can just hop step dunk every single time. I like how Euros got a buff. Not a fan of these hop steps and reverses getting a buff, because in 2K23 there was this glitchy move where you can do a dunk animation but turn it into a reverse layup, and it was unblockable and pretty much unguardable. Okay, let's talk about takeover. So you get plus 10 attributes for the related attributes. So for example, what I mean by this is if you pick slashing take, you'll get plus 10 attributes to all your finishing attributes. So like dunking, standing dunk, layup, close shot, post hook. And you don't get any attributes for anything else like speed, ball handle, 3-point shot. As in 2K23, you got plus 5 attribute to everything else, as well as the plus 10 to your designated takeover, which that's not really fair because people are taking slashing take and their 3-point shot, ball handle, speed, acceleration, strength, everything got upgraded plus 5. Adrenaline bars are back, sadly. So you don't use adrenaline bars behind half court, just like 2K23. But if you are bumped past half court, you will lose an adrenaline bar, which is really annoying because small guards are finished. You can't have a small guard anymore. If you get bumped, it's over. If you have one adrenaline bar and they bump you, you got to pass the ball. You can't score without the adrenaline bar, which it's kind of a nuisance. It's very annoying too. I think they should get rid of adrenaline in general. I don't think anybody likes it really. And finally, the surprise. NBA 2K24 will include crossplay. Now, for your current gen or your old gen, you guys don't get crossplay. Sorry about that. But us next gen players, we get crossplay. So we can play with Xbox players, PS5 players, whichever console you're on, you can play with the opposite. This has got to be the greatest thing they've ever added because we've been waiting for this since, I want to say, forever now. People have always been asking for this, and they finally found a way to add it, which is very cool. So if you have friends on Xbox and you're on PS5, you can play with them now. And there's also going to be an indicator when you're in the game that determines if you're on Xbox or if you're on PlayStation. I'm not sure if it's above your head or if it's below you in the player indicator. But there is going to be an indicator, so you will know who's on Xbox and who's on PlayStation. And I think this is going to bring the community more together because Xbox content creators are going to collide with PlayStation content creators, and 2K is just going to take off from here. I love this idea. They're really saving the 2K community and 2K in general with this. It's a great addition to the game. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. You can check out my recent content as well on my other videos. If you enjoyed this one, please leave feedback in the comments so I can increase my quality of videos and hope to expand my content as well. So if you'd like to see other games, make sure to let me know in the comments. And I'm going to link my socials as well, my TikTok, my Instagram, my Twitter as well. So if you'd like to follow those, if you enjoyed this, please do so. Thank you, and Buzzcut is...